Hello everyone, this is Valkyrie StitchNButton. Today is January 25th, and this is Flosstube 125. So it's 125 on 125. I've been stitching a lot. The past couple weeks I've been stitching a lot, and I actually went and fixed my machine. I was having problems with it, so I'm back to sewing. After being sick and fixing the machine, I'm finally back to sewing bags. So, I've got some done so far. I still have more to do. It'll happen. It'll happen. I've got a lot to show today. I have 3 finishes. 3, guys. It's like I am Janet Jabber almost, right? Janet must finish everything. Apparently I'm following in your footsteps this year, right? It'll probably slow down real quick. It's smalls, but hey, every little bit counts. So let's get to it because I have a lot of stuff to put away after this, and I have a new start to finish tonight, which I'll show you towards the end. I'm also going to do another little giveaway of a few charts. So let's get into it. I'm feeling better, by the way. Feeling better. Frank actually ended up in the hospital. Also, not related to COVID. He's doing better. He's back to work. It's been stressful. I'm ready for like a whole year do-over. I really am. So let's get to cross stitch, shall we? My first finish is going to be the tea box. This is from Lucy Beam, Love in Stitches. And pay attention because I'm going to do this as a giveaway. So if you are interested in stitching tea box, apparently you can get a recipe box from any craft store. It says paper mache recipe box that it'll fit on as long as you stitch it on 36 count and or 18 count, Ada. So that if you are interested in getting this, this is going to be keyword tea. So I'll put that off to the side right now. I stitched this on 36 count Vicky Clayton linen, 2/1, using, I don't think, did I use the called for threads? I don't remember, guys, if I used the called for threads. Let me look. No, I didn't. I might have used a few and then subbed in others, but here we go. It needs to be ironed, obviously. And I'll probably add a little bee charm onto it before I do the actual finishing. I think it'll be cute with a bee charm on there. Those are little tea bags that hang from the tree. It's like a tea tree. Look at that. So I stitched this with Sebastian from Bees and Teas, and there was a whole thing. Apparently, Sebastian started the wrong project and was talking mad smack that he was ahead of me. Yeah, not so much. I finished it within, I think I finished the same day. The whole, because I'm up all night. So I started it and finished it in the same day. It was a total of 1,357 stitches. Easy stitch, by the way. So that is a finish. That is one for the books. And I still have to do an FFO for the month, which has not happened. 2 more finishes. Let me get the chart so you can see what I'm talking about. Only because it's got charms that I have not put on yet. This one is Tea. It's Hooked on Tea from Hand Blessings. And I did not use the called for threads, did I? Oh, I might have used the actual called for threads on this one. Looks like I did, if I can remember. It used Wildflowers, Black Cherry, and Weeks Dye Works Rose Quartz, and I think I had both of them. And it's got the charms included there, and I just haven't put them on yet because I need to iron it, and I'll do it last, because it's got to be nice and ironed and everything before I do the finishing. So it's finished for now until I get the ironing done and charms on. So there we go. This one, Sebastian had started this one. So I finished the tea box and rubbed it in his face, and then I went and finished this up the next day and rubbed that in his face too, because I'm me, and it was funny. So this one's done, and I do believe Sebastian has now finished both of those. So this one's finished, and I've got the charms just attached with a needle, a stitching needle, until I do the FFOing. The next one I finished is Hooked on Coffee, because I actually finished this last night. This is early this morning. And I'll be sending this off to Sebastian so he can stitch this one next, because he didn't have this one to stitch, but I figured I might as well finish it just to add extra. So, you know what? Let's do a giveaway for this one too. This one's going to be Hooked. If you're interested in this one, Hooked, and you can get the T one. Only thing is, I may or may not have the charms for it. I'll look and see if I have charms for it. If I do, I'll pop them in there. If not, you're going to have to get the charms yourself. So, Hooked if you are interested in Hooked on Tea, with or without the charms. Here goes the coffee one. This one, I don't know if I used the called for, honestly. There we go. These charms go right along the bottom. And if you look at the chart, see, they go right across the bottom. I did let Sebastian know he's going to have to get his own charms, though, because I don't have any of those extra. I know that. I'd never seen those charms before. Again, waiting to be ironed for the FFO, and I will put the charms on during FFOing. Alright, 3 finishes. So, although I've done a bunch of starts, I have finished a few also. So, let me see. Right now, I am up to 83 whips. Now, I have to take off one. Let me just double check. Yeah, I have to take off one. So, I have 82 whips now, because I have a couple of starts in here that I can show you. I don't have the total stitch count for those two, but I finished the T1 on the 15th, and then I finished this coffee one this morning. So, 2 more finishes. Now for stitching. This one had a birthday. This is Winter Wonderland, and I stitched on it just for its birthday real quick. I put a length in, only 41 stitches. So it's 41 stitches closer to being finished, right? So every little bit counts. I basically just added the white down here. Oh, and my penguins match. I just did my nails. I finally did my nails after over a month. And it's called Penguin Party from Color Street. I don't know if it was a limited edition or if you can find them anymore. But you could always ask Jen Upton, because she sells the Color Street. But this is Winter Wonderland, using all, it was a kit, so I'm using everything that they sent. And maybe, I know, I keep on saying it, year after year, maybe I'll finish this one this year. I think it needs to be just done, right? Get it done. I have other bead charts. Oh, I'm knocking stuff over. It's okay. I have other mill hill charts I want to do, so I should get that one done. All right, next one I worked on for 300 stitches, because it was a prompt. Plus, I need to get 300 anyway for the year, so it is a lady named Ella. I don't know that you can find this chart. I haven't seen it in Ingleside's Etsy, so I don't know if you can possibly still get this chart on her regular website or blog. I don't know. But this is called A Lady Named Ella. Ingleside Imaginarium did it for a charity event. So basically, you just did a contribution, made a contribution, sent a picture of the email, to her and she sent you the chart. So I did. And this time I did 302 stitches. This is being stitched on 28 count roslyn linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. My friend Jay Long had sent it to me because I told her I was looking for a rich color for her. This is how far I've gotten on it. Basically the lighter gray that almost looks white. That is what I did. It's all. I have dubbed it the whip of 1,000 quarter stitches, because it's tons of quarter stitches. Every time it butts up against another color, there's a quarter stitch there, or 3. So Ella got some love. Don't know when she'll get love again this year, but she got her 300 at least. Next one I worked on was my Jan Lynn kit that I'm working with my friend Holly, and she's doing the autumn, I'm doing the winter, and it is called Winter Sampler. And the designer is Kohler Designs, Sandy Orton, and I ended up putting 378 stitches in, so it's got its 300 for the year. I'm sure I'll work on this more this year, though. It's a love-hate relationship. There's quarter stitches in there and a lot of color changes, but there's a lot of little motifs in there. You know, you get a section done, you want to see the next section done. So it's looking good so far. I did some fill-in in here along in this white, and then I started this checkerboard over here. So I'm staying in this one corner and just bouncing around back and forth, filling stuff in here and there. This, I changed out the fabric to a 28 count flex cashel linen instead of using the 8 because quarter stitches. Alright, get in there. I'll probably work on that again this year. Next up is a new start. This is, I don't have the, wait, I did 208 stitches on this one as a new start. And this is for the teeny weeny bikini style from the 614 Stitcher, Candy. She wanted to do this for her birthday. I didn't start it on her birthday, but I did start it the other day on the 23rd of January. So I had to kit it all up. I had the chart. I was looking all over for the chart. Couldn't find it. I finally found it. Kitted it up. I put it on this piece of... It's from Blue Mystery 32 count opalescent Lugana from Silk Weaver. Yeah, from Silk Weaver. And this is how far I've gotten. You can see it's opalescent. It should be a really easy stitch, but I made it more difficult by putting it on this hand-dyed opalescent even weave. The stitches are really tight, and then the opalescent sort of throws off where the holes are for me. It's always been a problem for me, but it'll look good when it's done. So I'm stitching boobies, and that's all I've gotten done so far. I'm using the called for DMC to stitch on that. This one's just in a regular little bag. It's a small. I don't anticipate that it's going to take too long to stitch. So I didn't even put it in a proper project bag. Don't come at me, Belinda. I don't want to hear it. She yells at me for using plastic bags all the time. Okay, next one is Guardians of Notre Dame. That's another Ingleside Imaginarium. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. And I ended up doing 400 stitches, at least 400, if not more. No. I don't know how many stitches. I didn't write it down on this card. This is being stitched on 32 count Victoria Motto sampler linen in the color Shadow. It was one of the monthly fabrics. And I finished my January part. This is the one I broke up to do at least one section a month, so I'll finally get it done. So I know this is technically January, but I had already had that done, so this is January. I'll do the rest, and then for December, I'll do the center piece on it. So my January portion is finished, and I think it's looking great. Alright. Let's get this one put away. Alright. Next is another new start. And this is from Great Big Crafts. It's called Fried Green Tomatoes. I originally had the idea that I wanted to do both of these on the same piece of fabric, and then decided I didn't want to do both of them on the same piece of fabric because it's going to make it that much bigger, and I don't know that I'd finish it. So I decided next best thing is to pick my favorite part, which is the recipe, and stitch that first. And then if I feel the urge, then I'll start the diner itself. So I kitted up for the recipe. I put in 407 stitches.
Now you'll earn real money and every day for the...
Sorry, my phone. And I got some green tomatoes over there. They're starting to look like tomatoes. This needle minder is a new needle minder that I just put in the shop, by the way. And this is being stitched on Butter Crunch 32 count linen from Needle Bling. So I think that's going to look great. 400 tiny stitches. Alrighty. Next. Bent Creek. Sorry, my phone went off again. Bent Creek photo booth. I decided to do the old and the new. I was going to start a new year. I ended up not doing it for New Year, but I started it the other day. I don't know how many stitches I did on it because I didn't do a card on it yet. I still need to fill out a card. So basically, this is one of those where they give you the fabric and you pull the threads. I ended up using a mismatch of threads I did stitch from stash, basically. I just pulled it out, pulled threads that were close enough, pulled them out, and put them in. And this is how far I've gotten. It's a small start. That's why I didn't even bother doing a card yet, or counting it. That's all I got. But it's a start, and it's a small, and I haven't even gotten a project bag for it or anything. I just sort of left it in here. I feel like it's a small enough one that I might not need a project bag for it, because I'll work on it again soon. The smaller ones that I've started, I've wanted to go back and just finish them, so that's a good thing, right? But it also means the bigger stuff isn't getting worked on as much. Alright, next one. I did start a card for this one. This one's called Clean Dishes. This is from Dames of the Needle. And it says, "Scary cat, Salem witches need a spell to clean my dishes." And amen, sister, we all do. So I put this on a piece of 32 count Mayflower gray linen from Dames of the Needle. And instead of using the called for thread, which is the Witching Hour from Gentle Art, I just pulled 310 because I've got a cone of it. And this is how far I've gotten. This is 556 stitches, believe it or not. 556. That needle minder is available in my shop. That's a new one I just put in there too. So I've got the witch and a bat and a couple of words, and it's a nice easy stitch. Here's another one I have not put into a project bag yet. Look, I'm just starting the things. We'll figure out how to store them later, right? Okay, this one's been in a project bag because I've had it kitted up for a while. I'm using the called for threads. This is the Tis Halloween. It's the stockings. I am not doing every one of them, but I'm doing a good bit of them. And I have a half yard of 30 count Weeks Dye Works Cocoa Linen that I'm doing them on. And I didn't even cut out the pieces of fabric. I just sort of marked it off with a pen even, because I'm going to cut it off and then have to make it into a stocking anyway. So the stocking that I've decided to start with is, I believe, this one. Yeah, it's this one. And that one they are calling Deadly Nightshade. Deadly Nightshade is the first one that I'm working on. I don't know what I'll work on next. I just look through the ones I like, and then I'll just pick it from there. So here is where I'm at so far. And I ended up doing 227 stitches on this one so far. I do want to move back to this soon because it'll be a quick finish, and then I could start the next stocking. I don't know if I want to call that all one piece or individual ones. So far it's one. I'm only going to do one of them at a time, so I guess it's going to be individual, technically. Alright. There we go. It's in a proper bag. Is that it? Oh my goodness, that's all I've stitched on so far. Plans. Plans are for at least two more starts, if not more, before the end of the month from my January bag. One of them is going to be Beaker. Stitching May had dyed this fabric for me to make it look like a flesh tone for Beaker. I don't have a picture of Beaker right now. It's on Fiddlesticks AU. As a matter of fact, I had to contact her because other people were asking about it, and she didn't have it on her Etsy, so I asked her to put it back up, and she did. So it's back up there. I pulled the called for DMC, which is only 7 colors. Oh, I do have a picture I can show you. It's on my tablet because it works on Pattern Keeper. Let's see. Let me get that for you. Hold, please. I've got EJ and Sheila on here because EJ apparently hijacked my tablet when I was at the cover with them a few years ago and made it a screensaver or a lock screen, one or the other. I don't know. I just left it on there. I think it's fun. Plus, I only use this for stitching. Let's see. Maybe I can look at it PDF style. I think I can. No, it's only... Sorry, guys. Okay, it didn't download the, oh wait, where'd you go? It doesn't have the picture. I am so sorry. But it's a picture of Beaker. It's sort of like, I'll get a picture for you guys next time. I'll print out a picture and put it in here for when I actually start it. Anyway, it goes with Kermit and Miss Piggy. So it's along that same premise where it's just the features that you stitch in. And, I mean, you could make it a full coverage and stitch the color that she called for the skin on every one of them. I did not want to do that, and Megan knew that, and she offered to dye the fabric for me. So it will be on a 28 count Monaco, just like the other ones were. And I do plan on starting that in the next few days. I got it itching to do it. And then tonight, I am starting this with Stitchin' May and Sammy J and Sarah, my Stitching Kingdom. And I don't know who else. But we're starting this one tonight. This is the Talon Emblem Love Bugs. Excuse me. Okay. Here's my theory. We're using the called for DMC. I was not crazy about this fabric when I received it from the My Fabric Party. It was one of the, I liked most of them. This one I was sort of like, but I think this is gonna look good on there, because when I do actually frame it or finish it, I don't plan on showing a lot of the fabric anyway, and I think those green splotches back there will actually look kind of cool. So this is the fabric I'm putting it on. This is Fabric Flare fabric. It's a 32 count. I had gotten it as one of my monthly pieces from the myfabricparty.com fabric of the month a few years ago. So those are two finishes that I'm definitely going to do. Next up, I have almost done, guys. Almost done. This isn't as long as I thought it was going to be, actually. With all the stitching I had to show, I really thought it was going to be worse. Alright. What I got in the mail. I received a card from Megan. I needed... Oh, she had gotten this planner for me. And then she had little tags. So she sent me tags to go with it. And she sent me this pretty card. And she even said in there, she made sure to pick that card so I can use it for floss drops. I also received a card in the mail from Amy DeVille. Thank you, Amy. I already thanked her. Little get well soon card. That'll be another floss drop thing. And then I talked to Audrey Stitchworks 42 and told her that I wanted to get one of these books, one of these floss books that she makes, and gave her what I liked as far as themes and genres, and she hit it out of the park. She's got bats in there, so she's got some Halloween stuff in there, the dragonflies, the blue. There's sewing stuff, that's me, you know, and her little card comes in there, and her, there you go, for Flosstube and her Instagram. And then she puts a library card in here so you can put your project name on there. And she puts these floss away bags in there, and she wrote me a great little note in here. She made this. Look how cute that is. And she wrote me a great little note. And here's the back inside of it. Gotta have Audrey on there. Feed me. And there's the back. So thank you again so much, Audrey. I already messaged you. She put it in this great bag, and she also put a great sticker on there, which I have put on one of my things that I use. It's a TARDIS sticker. And then my fabric of the month from Grace Knits. I got a travel sticker this time. And this color is Pensaria. Oh no. I changed it to the 32 count fat quarter Lugana, and it is a lavender. That's not too bad, I guess. It's a light lavender color. I like it. It'll work. It will definitely work. I have not been disappointed with any of their fabrics yet. So, I think her fabric of the month is open. So if you want to give it a try, go ahead. I would recommend it. Two more things. I've got the giveaway, and then I have more giveaway, because those two charts were on a whim. I have a few more that I had pulled, because why not? Alright, if you would like this Little House Needleworks ABC 123 chart, let me see what I wrote down. If you are interested in winning this chart, go ahead and comment with house. And then I have Little Leaf Designs for Mom. It's even got the thread and the charms to go with it. unfortunately my mother's passed away, I don't think I'm going to be stitching any mom things. So if you are interested in stitching this, go ahead and comment with mom. And then the last one I will put back in this bag, which is kind of beat up, by the way. Sorry. So I took it out so you can see it. This is Old Shaker Tune. 'Tis a gift to be simple. It's from Homespun Elegance. This is definitely old. I wonder if it's got a year on it. My goodness. 93. So if you would like to stitch this one, I just want to give you a chance to give it a look. Says Old Shaker Tune. 'Tis a gift to be simple. 'Tis a gift to be free. 'Tis a gift to come around where we ought to be. And when we have found the place just right, it will be in the valley of love and delight. So there you go. If you are interested in this one, go ahead and comment with Shaker. So there's 5. There's Mom, House, Shaker, Tea, and Hooked. As always, it would be great if you were a subscriber. Make sure you don't say giveaway, be over 18. I'm going to need your address and stuff. It'd be great if you filled out that little form below. And if you win, you could just say I filled out the form and I'll take a look for it. Also, I mean, just enter it if you're actually going to stitch it. Don't just enter just because you want stuff. That's what I say. I don't enter things that I know I'm not going to stitch. Why would I even bother? Oh. Here's one more that I need to finish kitting up that I want to start doing, by the way. I'm just going to move this out of the way. This one might happen too, by the way. Coffee break from Shannon Christine. I had that over there. I meant to pull it over in the stack. So yeah, that may be a start also, but I have to pull all the threads. There's a lot of them. A lot more than I thought there would be. Alright, and then last, I mentioned some of the needle minders that I got in. There's more new ones. I have a quokka. Look how cute he is. I want one. I want a quokka. Then I got this Doctor Who TARDIS. It's actually a silhouette of a Cyberman. And then If Only Sarcasm Burned Calories. A Doctor Who, I guess it's a comic book magazine. My Other Ride is a TARDIS. And this cute hummingbird. I think it's adorable. So, those are all in the shop and on my Instagram. I think I put them on my Instagram. And I do believe that's all I have. Yep, that's all I've got. Not bad. I thought this was going to be a lot longer, so I'm happy. I hope everyone is doing well. I've got to get to stitching. My friends are waiting to start. And don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine. Bye.